Hey, welcome back again to DOT Compliance. Thank you so much for joining us on Auto Transport Intel. It is Wednesday. It is noon Central Time. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you can see me okay and hear me okay. On DOT Compliance, we talk about FMCSA regulations, DOT enforcement, if you've got an ELD question, IFTA, IRP, MC authority, DOT number, whatever it is. Join us. We're going to be live. We're live right now. That's right. We're live. And you're here with us. And you can do us a favor. Please click share, click copy, grab the YouTube link you see right below. Please also leave a like and let somebody know. Send them a lifeline. Do you know somebody that's facing a DOT audit and is worried? That is not a good place to be. You need somebody to talk to. You can use a DOT expert. That's why on the show we have your DOT guy, Brian Riker of Fleet Compliance Solutions, answering questions, and he wants to help you, and you can join the live chat. Don't forget, you can go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up, become an ATI insider, talk to Ty, network, grow, develop business. We want to help. Again, jump in the live chat. There's Ty. Check. What's up? And David of Two Bears Transportation LLC. He's in the live chat. Thank you so much, David, for joining us. So it is now time. It is 2 after. Let me bring in your DOT guy, Brian Riker. Brian, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yes, I can, Jay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Even Devin says good afternoon to all. So, all right. So we got to get started because we have a special guest today. We have Mike Bush of UVeye. He's going to talk more about what UVeye is. He's also, I think he's going to share some demonstration information. That's going to be exciting.
I'm excited for this one. Yes, I am.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of industry information as well. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. We have to go into how we doing. I don't have my graphic with how we doing ready. I didn't realize that. So that's okay, because check this out, Brian.
You don't have the stump up there either, man. You're slipping.
What is going on? Well, I'll tell you what. Here, check this out. One more time. Let's watch it one more time. He's on the lift. He gets out of the truck. Okay, then he goes down to the handle.
That looks like equipment failure. Wow.
Right?
Yeah, you can't drop a lift gate that fast.
No.
That's looking to me like something broke as he engaged the valve to let it down. But that's sad, because that's a very expensive mistake.
So, there we go. It's a good freeze frame. What in the heck is going on here? Number one, okay, he's in the city, isn't he?
Yeah, that looks definitely like a city environment, and he's got a high-end sports car on there. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like a 6-figure sports car. He's got the right equipment for doing it. He's got the flat lift gate platform that the vehicle looks like it fits on completely, although when it falls down and it rips the front bumper off, he probably could have gone back another inch or two. It's an enclosed transporter. It looks like it's the right truck for the job. I don't like him jumping off the lift gate. That's a good way to ruin your knees. And when you get old like me, then you definitely feel it. He's just fortunate that whatever failed didn't fail while he was standing on there, or as he jumped off and knelt down to reach the controls, he was under it.
Oh, my God.
So the OSHA guy in me will come out and say, don't do it that way, climb up and down properly. But, yeah, it sounds like you hear a loud clunk as soon as he engages it. It sounds like he had failure. I'm thinking the pin that holds the hydraulic piston on, or the weld broke on the liftgate piston, something. I'm not sure what failed, but it looks like he was trying to do everything right here, and the only thing he failed is inspect his truck, which we're going to talk a little more about inspecting your equipment and the underside of it later today. But yeah, and that's a failure of doing a in-use inspection, man.
You know, you made such a great point. I mean, this could have been so much worse.
It could have been fatal. Yeah, we can't stress how important it is to inspect your equipment, whether you're sitting stationary loading and unloading a vehicle and you have a failure, or you're driving down the highway at 65 or 70 miles an hour and you have a failure. The outcome is not always just write a check and fix it. The outcome sometimes is tragic. So I can't stress enough how important it is to keep an eye on your equipment, and not just the tires and the brakes and the lights and the thing DOT is going to look at. Keep an eye on your actual equipment you use to load the vehicles and all of that, because everything looks perfect. Then you see it jerk right there, like something snapped. Maybe one of the chains that hold that up, and it's just free falling.
And, you know, but we don't see like a... Okay, do you think the bumper got caught? I guess maybe it does right there.
Yeah, it looks like it got caught right there.
That is... And that's... Man... why would anybody think of doing this load this way?
Because that's actually the right truck for that type of load.
Really?
That's a zero. That's the same type of ramp they would use, as long as the ramp is long enough the car fits fully on it.
So that's
that
the
lift
thing.
Gate.
That's the thing. That lift gate throws me off because that's not a regular.
Yeah. If you look, that car
truck
could probably come back. And for those of you in the podcast land, that car could probably roll back another half a foot to a foot,
right,
and then it's going to clear. That lift gate is very similar to what your exotic auto transport guys have, where the back door of their trailer folds down and is supported by a set of chains and then rides up and down on a track on the back of the trailer. Or the NASCAR haulers. If you ever watch them load a NASCAR car out after a wreck where they lift at the top of the trailer and push it forward, it's the same concept. So
right, and he has the side door, which is indicative. To
get in and out, so he can strap it down. And
but is that is that normal? I mean, I guess that lift gate should have operated. It should have functioned normally and just gone down.
Mm-hmm. It should have lowered. I think it broke. It should have lowered nice and smooth, just like the small lift gate they use on the back of a truck making deliveries to a grocery store or a convenience store. It should have let itself down nice and smooth. I'm thinking something broke. Maybe a hydraulic line blew and they don't have a check valve built into the piston. I see that very often. But yeah, I'm not going to fault him for his equipment. I'm just going to question the maintenance of the equipment.
How funny is it? I always think of this too, that somebody recorded this on video. What are the chances that this got right?
The guy recording it probably was the one getting the car, and he's all excited about his new car coming off.
No.
Or maybe it was the co-driver recording it, because look at what we do. We're going to use it as a promotional video later. But when I've done some high-end vehicles, I've had them come out and start filming and take pictures, and they're excited to get their toy.
Which is why I guess that's why the music makes so much sense. Which I think it's a common, like, it's like a TikTok thing. I guess this is a great TikTok. This is a great use of auto transport TikTok. So there you go.
Yeah, you heard that bang. Something broke on that truck. So we're at 9 minutes after now, because I know you want to stay on schedule, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
what
right.
Else do we got quick?
Well, I'll tell you. I'll go ahead. I'll share this. Is that we did have. This was a good question about the driver. This one came in. DOT question: if a driver is leased onto another transport company and they carry their own insurance, does it matter if they still have a DOT number and MC number, but run under the other transporter's name, DOT, etc.?
The short answer is it depends. The short answer is they can only operate the truck under one DOT and MC number at a time, one insurance policy at a time. And whoever they're operating it under, it has to be displayed on the vehicle with leased to preceding it. So they could go out under a load for ABC Trucking, as long as they have a lease with them that says that truck is leased ABC Trucking. Then they could change the name on the side of the door and come back under XYZ Trucking that they own. It gets extremely complex, but it can be done. you don't see stuff like this anymore. Back in the old trip lease days, you used to see stuff like this. There's a couple of fleets I know up in New York that have signs that they switch on the door for which company they're hauling for. Towing companies are known for doing this. But either way, make sure you have a compliant lease so that the insurance policy that you're running under will cover you, because your insurance means nothing when you're operating under someone else's authority, except when you're not under dispatch. And make sure your insurance company is good with covering that non-trucking liability portion while you're under the dispatch of another company. But I could expound on this answer. I'm giving you the very high-level, quick answer there.
And you know, if you've got a question for Brian, what you want to do is you want to send him an email on air at YourDOTGuy.com. I just went ahead and put that in the live chat. It is now time. What we're going to do is we're going to bring in Mike Bush of UVeye. He's going to join us for the rest of the show. He's got information to share, and we're really happy to have him with us today on DOT Compliance. Let me make sure. I think I heard the doorbell, so here we go. Mike, can you see us and hear us okay?
Hi, yeah. Thanks for having me join.
Great, thank you. So please do me a favor, say hello to the DOT Compliance audience. Tell us a little bit more about you and UVeye.
Hi, folks. So my name is Mike Bush, and I work for UVeye, and we are the first and best automated visual inspection for vehicles. It's really cool technology, and it has applications for a lot of folks in this audience. So I'm happy to join and happy to share, so you guys can take a quick peek at what we can do maybe for you.
All right, fantastic. Brian, did you have anything to add?
I'm just excited to see what this can do. I have some ideas of what automated vehicle inspections can do, and for those of you that are fleet owners or have leased on operators, I see this as an easy way to make sure your vehicles are up to snuff and being inspected without tying up your driver's precious time, because we know that ELD runs our clock up and is unforgiving. So this could be as simple as driving through on your way to the fuel lane to get an inspection if it's what I expect. But I'm looking forward to what Mike has to say.
Awesome. All right, Mike, do you want to take it away and tell us more and show us a few things?
Yes. So let me switch over and share my screen here. We all love visuals, and this is a company that's built around visuals. So we'll share it in that way. So I'll start here with a reference point, and the reference point is toll booths. I mean, we remember years ago when we all used to queue up and wait in line, and it was a pain in the butt. And sort of an aside story, I remember once that I flew in on a really early flight, and I flew into Newark, and I got my rental car, and I was all ready to go to my meeting, and guess what? I didn't have the right change. So I'm sweating bullets. I'm thinking, how am I going to get through this toll booth? And I get there, and this is really, an odd situation. I go through my briefcase, and I found some foreign currency, which was probably worth $10. And I go through it, and I tell the toll operator, well, I have this. And he looks at me. He's like, where are you from? I said, I'm from Ohio. He's like, just get out of here. So a dumb story, but really it's to the point of, that was how it used to be done. It's inefficient. There's humans, people doing dumb stuff like me, not having the right money, and there had to be a better way. So along those lines, we're thinking that there's a better way to do inspections. And the founder of our company kind of came up to this conclusion 5 years ago or 6 years ago when they were going through a security checkpoint. And if anyone has gone through one or they have seen one, they've got the poles and the mirrors, and they're poking and prodding underneath the vehicle, and they're like, this is crazy. There's got to be a better way. And that's what we're going to talk about, a better way for vehicle inspections. And that now extends to fleets and also to dealerships and auctions. Okay, so what does it look like? This is an example of our system in a fleet that is using it. A vehicle drives through, they can drive through up to 8 miles an hour. So it only takes 10 seconds to get through the system. And in that 10 seconds, over 700 images are taken of the vehicle on the outside, the tires, and the underbody. So there's 3 different components to our system: the outside, the underneath, and the tires, but they all work in tandem to provide a report that detects anomalies as indicated on the right. So for anyone that doesn't have the pictures up, it's going to, for tires, detect tread depth, size, uneven tread, mismatched tires, cuts, scuffs, broken belts. On the body, if there's any scratches, dents, missing parts, and underneath, cracks, leaks, missing parts, rust. So basically, our system is going to quickly and efficiently and automatically identify the anomalies, the stuff that isn't supposed to be there. All right, we're a visual company, so let me show you some pictures. Our technology, unlike me, or I had a bad night of sleep last night. I might not be so sharp today, but guess what? It's not going to happen to a computer in our system. Every day, regardless of weather conditions or any other exterior factors, it is going to consistently and accurately detect issues that we can't as humans, or candidly, maybe sometimes we just don't want to do. And the bottom bullet point is really a big one. So I'm going to read it. It's something that we're really proud of. So one of our fleets is using our system, and one of the findings that they have is we identified 96% of issues that would have grounded a vehicle versus their 24% that would have grounded. So, look, even at a best case, we're human. We can't, there's only so fast that we can move. There's only so much that we can see. We can't realistically go underneath the vehicle. So through the aid of technology and artificial intelligence, we're going to fill that gap. I promise this is the busiest slide I have, but there's some information that I want to go through so you can get a sense for how the system works. And it's really 3 phases. Number 1, the vehicle goes through the system. And I showed you the picture of that. So it's quick, it's efficient. The whole goal of the first part is we're not going to interrupt the operational part of the fleet. We want to make it seamless, easy for the driver to get in and get out and have that vehicle detected. The next phase is that our system on the software side, and this is really where a lot of our magic happens, is that we're going to use all of these images, and we're going to use our algorithms and all of the history that we've built to detect those issues automatically. And then we're going to push that out through a lot of really cool and easy to use tools and methods. So one way that we're telling people that there's an issue is, boom, we're going to hit them with an SMS alert. So a text alert that shows a picture, and it says the issue, and it says, hey, you've got this issue, what are you going to do about it? And this can be sent to various people in the organization. I've listed there, some of the people that want this information, whether it's the dispatch or maintenance or safety or even the driver. The other way that we're going to share this information is a much more comprehensive way, and this could be over a laptop or a computer terminal or a tablet, but it's a very thorough assessment of the underbody, the tires, and the exterior. And I'll show you what that looks like, but it's really a holistic exterior view of the vehicle. Like I said, it's going to work the same way regardless of subjectivity. So we're going to remove that because the computer is going to be able to detect, and it can be dialed in specifically to what your fleet is most concerned about. You can have a level 1 alert, like, hair on fire, we can't let this truck go. Or there's certain alerts where you could say, well, we could live with that, but we want to know about it, and it's not worth grounding a truck. So we've been able to dial that in specific to the fleet's needs. And that is really helpful. So this is how the system works. here's an overview of the detection software. And you can see it's going to show the exterior, it's going to show the tires, it's going to show the underbody, a lot of really great information to help you keep track of your fleet, to understand what's going on, and to make an assessment of, is this a critical issue, or is this something that we can live with? So here's the value that people are finding out of our system, and what's really great about it, it's almost changing on a monthly basis, because someone's saying, wow, we got this and we're using it for this. But here's a list of some of the things that they're telling us that's really helpful. So for fleets, increased uptime. It's going to, in a lot of cases, eliminate an on-the-road service issue, which is, as we all know, really costly, a big pain in the butt on the operational side. You could miss a delivery. I mean, it's just so many cascading effects when a truck gets out of service on the road. Truly predictive maintenance. I mean, especially as the pandemic has hit, people's PM schedules have gotten longer. But we all still want to know what's going on with the vehicle in between. Here's a way to bridge that gap, getting that information consistently so you can sleep better, even knowing that your PMs are on a longer interval. Safety and compliance. I mean, look, any chance to identify an issue before it gets out of the road, we get put out of service, we want to do that. This one is really interesting. Detailed equipment wear. Let's say you're a fleet and you have 3 different types of tires. Over the course of time, based on your driving, your fleet, your region, you're going to understand which tires are really performing and which are not. So you're going to get truly objective information on the wear of tires or on models, and it's going to be very helpful in terms of next time you go back and you decide, well, which tire do we want to use, or maybe we should negotiate a little bit harder here based on the history. And then it's remote monitoring. All this stuff can aggregate up to a central hub. So as we have different terminals all over the place, that information can easily be shared with a corporate facility. And then on the dealership and auction sides, I mean, different use case, but a lot of extremely impactful benefits as well. Just traceability, accountability, ability to, the other thing, protect yourself. The vehicle got in, it already had the scratch on it. You want to see the proof? Here it is. So this is what we have. It's really exciting. It's really starting to help fleets and help dealerships and help auctions in really huge ways. And I'm happy to share it with you guys.
Thank you, Mike. I see a lot of great potential there for fleet management. And since our fleets in this audience are in the auto transport world, some of them are dealerships, some of them are closely associated with dealerships. So I think they can see the potential for both sides of your product.
Yeah, I appreciate the demo too. There's a lot of information. I like to see what it looks like in reality, what your product looks like, then what the images produced look like, and then the benefits are. I could see how, yes, you would have all those images, and then you're saying that you not only the pictures, but then the AI provides you feedback, so you don't have to interpret the images like the undercarriage and whatnot.
Right. The AI is going to tell you, after it takes all these pictures and does the assessment, it's going to say, hey, look, our intelligence and our algorithms are going to say, this doesn't belong. Yesterday it looked like this, today it looks like that. Or, even if we've never seen this vehicle before, we know that this shouldn't look like this. So it's going to automatically tell you that there's an issue.
Here we got in the live chat. Chris says, hey, did I hear that it can look under the vehicle?
Yeah.
That is correct. It looks under the vehicle. Yeah. And not only does it look under the vehicle, but it's as fast as you just driving over it. You get all the pictures, then the AI, and then the feedback, rather than what? What would be the alternative, Brian?
crawling under it on a creeper and using a mirror, and you're hoping that you catch something with your eyes and you're in a good mood that day. Or the worst case scenario is for us is an inspector on the side of the road crawling under your truck and finding something that you didn't, because you didn't want to crawl under your truck that day with a creeper. So I see this as a great tool to help prevent breakdowns and as a mitigation measure for failed roadside inspections to prevent it before it happens.
Yeah, detect the issue early before it becomes a big one. And the underbody, I'm glad someone brought that up. The underbody, so we take a number of pictures, and our system stitches all those pictures together, so it's one comprehensive underbody picture where you can then scan in and out to see the different detections of the underbody. It's really cool. It looks like a 3D image that's stitched together, and then you get to go in and out and play with it and look at any vehicle in your fleet that you want.
We got a really good question here about, okay, so what's the cost to the owner operator? And the answer is it's not that everybody has one of these. Who do you want to get the system? Where's the system? Like, where does the system meet reality? Where is the system?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you 3 quick examples of where the system lives right now at terminals. So there's fleets that have our system installed, and their trucks are going in either in the morning or the afternoon. So that dispatch team has full confidence. Boy, I'm sending my fleet out and I have no issues. And we feel good, or hey, we've identified 3 trucks. We got to pull those, swap them for somebody else. But we're still going to make our deliveries. So that's on the terminal fleet side. Second application is within dealerships in the service lane. Customer comes in right away, drives through our system, and it's really, I'd say almost like a magical experience where that service advisor then has the information to say, hey, look, I want to show you this right away. We detected this underneath. You've got a leak. We're going to look at it, but I'm going to tell you right now that, it's a concern. So you're giving, greater transparency and trust and interaction with that consumer. And then on an auction site, I mean, right as those vehicles are coming in, you're going to do those detections, and there's auction sites that then use this information from a online sales perspective, or if they're using it from liability protection. There's just so many different applications, but the key is that you're getting information that's very quick and useful and actionable.
All right. Wow.
Excellent points.
Yeah, and I mean, very interesting information. I think we got the visuals. We have applications of this. I'll ask this: does anybody have any final thoughts?
My final thought is we absolutely must be proactive, not reactive, in today's environment, whether it's managing your fleet and your fleet maintenance, managing your drivers as you grow and you have a larger fleet, managing your leased on own operators, and of course, mitigating any damage that's done to your reputation and your insurance premium, or the potential tragic loss of life or injury from allowing a unsafe vehicle to hit the road. So any advantage we can get is to be exploited to its full potential to protect ourselves and our fleet and our investment. And so I would love to learn some more about this type of technology and see it put to use either in larger fleets that have owner operators. I'd love to see the little guy be able to use it as well. And perhaps at one point in time, it'll become part of a inspection service lane at a truck repair center or something like that, where you could pay a fee and get your vehicle scanned for the stuff that we're going to miss with humans.
Mike, final thoughts?
You hit the nail right on the head. I mean, what we're all trying to do is to be truly proactive, and predictive. I mean, and that's what we're doing. We're doing it visually. You know, so many of us are visual learners, and you know, we want to see the problem rather than sift through the data, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to deliver it quickly, efficiently, and easily to help, whether it's a fleet, auction, or dealership, give you the information that you need so you can make truly proactive decisions.
All right. Well, that was fantastic. Brian, do you want to take us out?
I thought I just did, Jay. You're already late. You're already late.
I'll tell you what, and I know I'm late. Just a reminder, brake check week is next week?
Yes, let me take it out on that.
Yeah.
The CVSA's Brake Safety Week kicks off August 22nd to the 28th, so next week we will have Brake Safety Week. We want to make sure our brakes are in adjustment, everything's working. They will also be doing full level 1 inspections. But for those of you with air brakes, just want to remind you to, if you have automatic slack adjusters that are working properly, 6 or so full applications while you're stationary with your brakes released of your foot valve, your brake pedal, will allow the slack adjusters to do what they're supposed to automatically and bring your brakes back into adjustment. For those of you with electric trailer brakes, check your breakaway. That's one of the #1 violations they find on electric brake systems. Pull that pin out, tug against it, make sure your trailer holds in place, and double check your brake adjustment. Now's a good time this weekend. We're talking about underbody inspections and stuff. This is a good time to go home this weekend and crawl around under your truck, because that's where the focus is going to be during Brake Safety Week.
All right. Perfect. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Mike.
See you guys.